I don't know what to say, guys. I am so upset.
Welcome to the universe, everybody. We're going to keep things short and sweet because my plans for a video today did not exactly turn out as planned. I didn't even want to post a video today, but I did take some recordings from my workout this morning that I wanted to share. We're going to start out with 4 sets of military press or overhead barbell press with 95 pounds. I like to do a lot of my shoulder exercises while standing so that I can use my core muscles and practice keeping everything nice and tight. We're then going to move into some dumbbell lateral raises with 20 pounds. Finally, we're going to move into some cable front delt raises. I can't really remember how much weight was on here, but it's not super important. You don't want to go super heavy on these exercises, especially these front delts, because you are working out those muscles on your push days where you're doing bench press and other similar exercises. Plus, this is just a small muscle group that is really easy to tear, and I would rather avoid doing that if I can control it. Finally, we're going to do some core with this little ab exercise. I don't really know what to call it. We're starting with a ball overhead, bringing it over our raised knees, holding it between our feet and going down before returning to the same position to grab the ball from our knees and move it back to the floor. It's a really awesome exercise to target the whole core, and it is something that I think you should give a try if you're doing some ab exercises. What struck a chord with me today was the song Wu-Tang Forever by Logic. This is just a super catchy song off of his album Young Sinatra 4 that he recorded with every current member of the Wu-Tang Clan. It really pays homage to that classic hip-hop style, and I just really love to listen to it when I'm working out. On the bright side, my Mandrake had a growth spurt. I'm super excited to see him change. I had 72 ounces of water today at the time of recording this video.
I don't know what to say, guys. I am so upset. I attempted today to reach out to a camper that I used to work with at Camp Kesem named Squeak. We did the most amazing interview ever where I asked her about her favorite things from camp. We got to catching up about life, and we shared some awesome stories. And even though I did all of the extensive steps that is required of you to record a FaceTime video with audio, which should already be the standard, it did not save any of the audio. I did have a GoPro going the whole time because I wanted to do this interview while I was on my unicycle just for fun. But obviously that only caught my side of the conversation since I was using my AirPods to listen to her. So let me know what you guys think. Should I attempt to redo this interview? Or should I just forget it happened? At least I know that it's so extra special because it was just a moment shared by me and her and getting to catch up on old times, which was really, really nice.
Welcome to the universe, everybody. Today is a new day, and we are going to try to get outside because it is super sunny, it is warm, and I want to get a nice long ride in. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing also a very long ride on my unicycle. So I got a new product to help me stay more comfortable while I am riding these longer distances on my unicycle, because we have to talk about the harsh truth of it all, and that is that riding a unicycle can be uncomfortable, to say the least, on long rides, especially if you're a guy. But because you're spending either a lot of time with all of your weight in your legs, which is kind of like doing a wall sit consistently the entire time that you're riding, so at least for some of the ride, you're gonna need to put a lot of your weight underneath you, which can cause soreness, chafing, all that. So I have a product I want to unbox today. This is something I bought completely of my own decision. This is the Sportneer Men's Mountain Bike Shorts 3D Padding Mountain Bike Cycling Shorts for Men with liner and loose fit. Thank you, Amazon, for your long titles. I'm gonna do an opening today. I'm gonna try them on, see how they feel, see how they look with and without my longer pants on, because it is still only about 45 degrees, so I do want to wear some pants over the top of these, but I'll show you what they look like with them on. Okay, looking down there, I think you guys can see. Perfect. Let's open these up. Inside the package, we've got the shorts. I went with a gray color. They've dry fit kind of material on them. Kind of rough texture. You wouldn't want this on the inside of the shorts. No, the inside has a liner, which is really nice. Nice soft liner, pockets on both sides, including a zippered pocket right on the side of the shorts where you can store your phone. Let's look at the inside. Yep. This is what I got these for, as embarrassing as it sounds. Gotta have a little bit of extra padding under your butt when you're gonna be doing more than like 10 miles because it will get sore. Let's go ahead and cut off the tags. Size medium, 90% polyester on the inner layer, 10% spandex. Thank you, what company? Sportinaire. Alright, I'm gonna try these on. Okay, I know I'm not winning any awards for how stylish these pants are or for my choice of socks to go with them. But as you can see, I'm about 5'6" with shoes on, and they fit right about where I want them to. The inner liner comes just above the knee. The outer layer of the pants goes just to the knee, which is right where I want them. The pockets are big. Let's see if I can fit an iPhone 13 Pro Max in the front pocket. Just barely can fit this phone in there. But I can zip it up, so if I did want to ride with it more easily accessible and not in my backpack, I could choose to do that. Take that back out. Let's take a look at the back. How does my butt look? Got that tab back there. You know, honestly not that bad. I'm not going to the bar afterwards in these and, you know, trying to look like the most well-dressed guy there, but you really can't even see the pad from the back of the pants. And they are comfortable. I mean, the pad is soft. I'm ultra aware that it's there under me all the time. I'm kind of pinching it between my legs here. But I definitely think it will do what I want it to do for riding. Let's go give it a try.
So TLDR, the pants work absolutely phenomenally. I really like that pad. It sits just in the right place in order to feel good while I'm riding my unicycle on those longer distances. But, you know, I only ran a couple blocks on my unicycle just to stay fit on my off day. I am going to be taking a much longer ride tomorrow that you guys should stay tuned for. I'm meeting up with the Chicagoland Unicycle Association and doing several miles on my unicycle. No growth from Plant Nanny yet. Stay tuned. I want to give a huge shout out to my next biggest contributors to the fundraiser, Stephen Carey Tanker, for a $100 donation. Thank you absolutely from the bottom of my heart for your generosity. Continue to like and share the page, and hopefully we can get some more big donations for Camp Kesem. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go explore the universe. Today on the universe, we are on our way to Villa Park. We are meeting up with a couple of friends that you've seen on the channel before. We're going to be doing a longer unicycle ride today. Being told maybe 30 miles, but you know, with all of us there, we'll decide collectively whether or not 30 miles is going to be the distance that we decide to pursue. Regardless, I am preparing for my whole workout today to be based around this long ride.
Who needs to go to the gym when you've got a lengthy unicycle ride?
Which is going to be great for me to test out my training with regard to making progress towards the goal of being able to race 30 miles come April. I'm fueling up with not necessarily the breakfast of champions. I still consider McDonald's to be the GOAT in that regard. But we're fueling up with Taco Bell breakfast. You know, I say I'm dieting right now, but this is just too good to pass up. Breakfast crunch wrap and some Cinnabon Delights. You know, you gotta have a lot of carbs when you're gonna ride a unicycle for a long distance. On top of that, I don't really have a whole lot of water in me yet, so I'll show my Mandrake on screen. He's doing great, no changes yet.
but we're gonna have some quick energy with some C4. I'm gonna drink about half of this now and then half of it before I actually get ready to do the ride today. We have some Prime energy drinks to try to give us some electrolytes during our ride today. I want to give a huge shout out to my parents, Steve and Carrie Tanker, for donating our biggest lump sum yet. I don't know if they quite want me to say how much, but we're up to $200 raised for Camp Kesem. Keep liking and sharing the video. It really helps. It really goes a long way. But I'm so glad that we're already up this high. I mean, you know, I would love to raise another $100 by the end of February. That's our goal. Let's get up to $300 by March. I think that would just be amazing. What's striking a chord today with me is the song All My Life by Lil Durk featuring J. Cole. You've heard me talk about how much I like J. Cole on the channel. This song especially has this hook, All My Life, which is really, really catchy. I really like listening to it. And I really like the message. I mean, he talks about not wanting to see young rappers dying needlessly before they get to make it big, before a ton of people even know their name. You know, and I agree. So go and give it a listen today. Again, not for kids. Tricks are for kids, not this song. And a couple of things. Obviously, I'm going to give my new pair of pants a more extended try. See if it keeps my butt nice and healthy. I took mostly a rest day yesterday. I did do a little bit of riding to try out the pants just briefly. But hopefully my legs are fresh enough to do lots and lots of miles today. I'm going to be trying out a new crank position on my unicycle. I have these adjustable crank arms, and I have been riding 150 millimeters for a long time. For those of you who don't know, you're going to get the same amount of distance from one revolution all the way around the unicycle, regardless of how long your crank arms are. And the crank arms really decide how much effort it's going to take to go all the way around. Both in the amount of force that it takes, but also in the travel distance around the circle. A longer crank arm is going to give you a lot more leverage. You're going to be able to go up steeper inclines. You're going to be able to go possibly over larger obstacles without as much trouble. But you're going to have to move your legs a lot farther per revolution. And over the course of 30 miles, that adds up. So I'm going to be trying 145, possibly going all the way down to 114. Really tiny revolutions around the circle, but you're going to be getting a lot more bang for your buck and maybe a little bit more speed as you progress through your miles. In the comments below, what the heck is going on with drivers today? I am doing exactly the speed limit, 70 miles an hour on I-90. There are 3 lanes on this road. And I like to use the middle lane because usually there are people doing less than the speed limit in the right lane. But 4 cars now in the 20 minutes I've been on the road have passed me on the right with no one else near me. There's a left lane. I don't understand.
Today was a really great day out with friends. We did just shy of 20 miles on the unicycles. Huge shout out to Dan.
Look, Mom, no hands.
For making it 20 miles on a 27.5-inch unicycle, which is not easy. Those of us that were on the bigger unicycles had a much easier time and were a lot less burnt out by the end. My message today is to be the reason that someone smiles. Be the reason someone feels loved and believes in the goodness in people. A smile. Think of what happens to us physically, emotionally, and mentally when we look at someone who's smiling. What do the bright eyes and slightly upward curve of a mouth do for us? For me, a smile warms my heart. I work with kids every single day, and the pure elatement I can see on a child's face from doing something as simple as blowing bubbles is truly uplifting.
This thing was like another 500. So I think at this point I'm like 2K deep in this thing. Yeah, but it's still...
Smiles are a sign of hope and encouragement for me. Smiles let me know that things are going to be all right. As the English poet Joe Addison said, "What sunshine is to flowers, smiles are to humanity. The good they do is inconceivable." Smiles are seemingly small expressions, but they are powerful, and the good they do is truly inconceivable. When times are tough, whether because of a change, especially unwanted or unexpected, or a life circumstance, seeking and or sharing smiles might be just what we and others need to help us get through the tough times. The tough situation has us feeling unhappy. Something as simple as a smile can help move us closer to a state of happiness. Smiles are contagious. How can we not help but smile when we see a picture of a smiling child or any smiling face for that matter? Yes, smiles can help us move past unhappy emotions and feelings of sadness, fearfulness, hurt, and anxiety. Our ability to be hopeful, persistent, and focused on the positive are enhanced when we feel and think in a positive way, and smiles help lead us to more positive feelings. When we focus more on positive feelings, we tend to see the good in things, be more grateful for what we do have, complain less often, work harder to reach our goals, and seek out the opportunities in what we do have.
I had knee surgery, so I'm proud of myself. I made it over here. I don't know. I've been in the house for like 5 weeks, and I'm going cuckoo.
Excellent. Good to get out.
So it's nice to see you.
Beautiful day for it. So.
Yeah, perfect day.
Yeah.
You're not imagining us.
I know. A little bit too much medication.
Right.
That's a funny one. It's cool. Still, you've been doing that for a long time, or no? Yeah.
Yeah, 19 years here.
Same.
19.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
18, I
You were
guess,
young.
technically. 18 miles?
Oh my God. I can't even walk a half a mile, let alone 18 miles. Good for you guys.
It's fun.
Smiles are a powerful antidote for many things. Need an instant pick-me-up? Smile. Smiling has the ability to make us feel good, feel better, feel happier, and feel more alive. Smiles have a way of brightening everything in their path. They are in and of themselves an act of kindness. How nice would it be if we made it a priority to make at least one person smile each day? Our smile might be just the best and brightest part of another person's day. We need to all spread some happiness and joy and cheer to those we encounter throughout our day. And I think the group of us are doing our part, just riding our unicycles. Seek out smiles in others too. Smile and smile often. Bring light into your world and spread it to those around you. Be the reason someone smiles today.
Good job, everybody.
Thanks for watching The Universe, everybody.
Welcome to the universe, everyone. Today is the day after my 20-mile unicycle ride. I am feeling much better than I thought I would. I think I could have gone much further and much faster if it weren't for Dan. Sorry, Dan. I really think the training is helping. We're at 56 ounces of water at the time of doing this voiceover. My mandrake is still at level 3. Like this page to help him grow. For a workout, we're doing a chest and triceps routine. We are starting with a 1-mile ride. This is not that far, but I'm not training to push my cortisol level past their limits. I just want to break up any stiffness that's in my legs this morning. We are then moving to bench press, 4 sets of 12 by 135 pounds. There's a couple things to notice here. The sweatshirt I'm wearing is really baggy, so I'm mostly locking out my arms, at least reaching a full range of motion for my chest. It just looks like my arms are much more bent than they are. If you're doing this exercise, you still want to push for just less than a full lockout in your arms. I'm also focusing on bringing the weight to my chest with intention versus just letting it fall. This helps keep your shoulders in good position while limiting the time where they're in a compromising position. You also don't want to bounce your weight off the chest. Take very short pause at the bottom and then push the weight back up. We're then going to do 4 sets of incline bench press, 10 reps with 135 pounds again. The bar path in this exercise can be significantly longer and more compromising than the flat bench press if you're not careful. You don't have to bring the weight down to your chest with an incline bench press because that'll put unnecessary stress on your shoulders. You also want to keep the bar higher on your chest than with a flat bench press, closer to your chin to keep the focus of the weight over your upper chest muscles. We're then going to do some tricep pull downs with a rope attachment. With 2 sets of pushing exercises, our triceps are already feeling sort of taxed, so this exercise was fairly difficult. I still try to keep a nice slow cadence and focus on squeezing my tricep muscles. No core exercise today, I'm giving myself a break and going back to it tomorrow. What struck a chord with me today was the song I'll Be There For You from the TV show Friends. It leads me into my message for the day, and I often find that this song is stuck in my head thanks to my wife sleeping away to the sound of friends playing in the background. We're still at $200. I still can't believe we've made it to $200 in the little time that we have spent making these videos and fundraising. But continue to like and share the page to help out Camp Kesem. I'm going to put a link where you can learn a little bit more about what Camp Kesem does if you haven't been following the page very closely. But really consider donating to the cause, or at least sharing the video so that someone who is wanting to donate can find a place to do so. And for my message today, everyone has seen the TV show Friends. My wife has forced me to fall asleep to the sound of Matt LeBlanc's voice long enough for me to realize that he is often the voice of reason. One of the most striking episodes that got me thinking for quite a while was the one where Joey and Phoebe have a long conversation about the nature of acts of kindness. Joey states that all acts of kindness are selfish, and Phoebe refuses to believe that. Funnily enough, she gets herself stabbed by a bee to say that she just wants to make the bee happy, and this brings herself nothing but pain. Joey assures her that the bee probably died, and that wasn't actually an act of kindness. To him, even the gestures we do for other people that give us nothing in return are done to make us feel good about ourselves, and that in itself is selfish. As much as some might think that it's just a comedy show meant to make us laugh, I couldn't help but sit and think about this. Am I really being selfish in everything that I do for others? Is the making of this social media page an act of selfishness? After pondering these answers for quite some time and having healthy discussions with my friends and family about the issue, I asked myself, does it really matter? If the satisfaction we get after doing good deeds is considered an act of selfishness, then nothing we ever do is really selfless. I think we are all motivated by doing things that make us feel good. It's the driving force of the universe. We are selfish creatures, but in this instance, I think we're asking the wrong question. I think the beauty of our species is in our ability to do things for other people that make us feel good at the same time. We are selfish creatures, but we're also inherently creatures of community, like pack animals. We all need each other at one point or another to give us companionship, to momentarily shoulder a burden, or to help us with tasks too gargantuan to do individually. But we grow as a community. We build bigger buildings, solve harder problems, and climb to taller heights. So I think the question should be about how many things we do for ourselves that also help other people. We need to ask, are more of our actions at making us feel good also making others feel good? Or is it only making us feel good? I think the negative aspect of selfishness is in hoarding the positivity, and is generally neutralized by sharing that positivity. Does it make me feel good when more people view my videos? Sure. But I never expected a page about riding unicycles to garner that many views anyway. And I know that more people see the videos, the more chances I get to help out my cause. It's part of the reason I started adding these messages onto the end of my videos. That way I get to share my hobby with the world, raise money for a cause I care so much about, and I get to spread a positive message to those that just stop by for a casual view. I personally believe that if whatever we're doing is making a positive change, and we're not doing it so that people will praise us, then that's all that matters. Thanks for watching. Go explore the universe. Welcome to the universe, everybody. We are at day 10 of training for my unicycle race. Day 10 means I'm going to put the next 5 days worth of videos all together in a Megavid on YouTube. So if you haven't followed the series up to this point, well, you can sit and work back through all my videos up to this point, or you can go to YouTube and watch whole 5-day chunks at a time. It's the same title, The Universe, or at More Wheels, More Problems. Today we're doing a back pull day routine. We're starting with a 2-mile bike ride. A little longer than yesterday, but I am doing a longer ride tomorrow, so stay watching. Something I try to do on a bike sometimes is alternate between the right and left leg, doing an extra strong push every few pedals. It simulates what it's like to ride a unicycle, because when your center of gravity starts to lean over the front of the unicycle, you need to give it a strong push to bring the unicycle back under you. And when you're already really tired, this can be a problem. So it's good practice to do this to increase your muscular endurance. After our warm-up, we are doing 5 sets of 5 pull-ups. This isn't a ton, and that's okay. Everybody has their limits. It's just important to try to push those limits and do more every week. We did a high pulling exercise, so now let's do a low pulling exercise with some cable rows. I love doing cable rows. They work your whole back, rear delts, and biceps, and they are high reward, low risk. Then we're doing some close grip pull downs. This is going to target more lats as well as our trap muscles, especially, while also warming us up for a bicep exercise, which is exactly what I'm doing next. I'm going to superset curls and reverse curls. This is going to target the long and the short head of the bicep for a nice full arm muscle. Finally, we're supersetting some lying leg curls with oblique crunches, and this together makes for a really well-rounded workout routine. Our mandrake is still at level 3. I'm at 44 ounces of water for the day. Not a good water day, but I don't include beverages that aren't water. I had a diet soda at lunch, and I'm resisting the urge to count that as part of my water intake. I recognize that there's room for improvement, and tomorrow is a new day. We're still at $200 towards our fundraising goal of $300 by the end of February. I know we can do it, but it's going to take a lot of help from all of you. Keep liking and sharing the videos. What's striking a chord with me today is the song Mr. McAdams by Lil Dicky. This is off his new album, Peanut. Lil Dicky is kind of a lyrical genius, and this song is no exception. He always writes songs that are catchy and take a perspective that I don't think anyone else would ever take. This story goes out to my friend Ellen, who probably didn't know she was being inspiring, especially given the ridicule I gave her for it at the time. So me and my friend Ellen were walking to lunch one day. It had just rained, and Ellen had a peculiar habit of stopping several times along our walk. Every couple feet, she would look down and pick up a worm and fling it back into the grass. This turned a 5-minute walk into a 15 or 20-minute walk. I didn't mind the fresh air, but I was hungry, and I felt like a fool standing around with cars going by us, watching my friend peck at the ground like a chicken looking for dinner. She knew she looked a little ridiculous, and she saw my judgmental stare, and she just looked at me and told me that she wanted to try to save as many worms as possible from drying up before the sun came out again. I told her it was pointless. There were several hundred feet of sidewalk in front of us and several hundred feet of sidewalk behind us, and there were several worms on every sidewalk tile. I said, it doesn't matter how many worms you throw into the grass. You can't make a difference. She was unfazed and simply picked up another worm and said, it does to this one. The moral of the story is, no matter the odds of success or the scale of the challenge, your actions can make a difference. It's better to light a candle than to curse the dark. And I guess I held on to that belief without even realizing it. I'm super happy about my little channel, which now, for the last 5 days, I've had more than 200 views. But on the grand scale of things, that's nothing. And less than 1% of my viewers are donating to Camp Kesem. Not only that, on a larger scale, my fundraising might not seem like very much at all. $200 raised so far for a camp that requires hundreds of thousands of dollars every year to put on a camp for kids whose parents have passed away from a disease that I'll never come close to curing. I do know firsthand, however, the difference that Camp Kesem can make in the life of a child. One that might grow up to do great things, and they may grow up to inspire others or have kids that do really great things. I know that my contribution might be small, but my actions do make a difference. Just as you, the listener, might be working on something that seems to have a small impact depending on the lens that you're using to observe your success. But your actions do matter. It is better to light a candle than to curse the dark, because one candle can light thousands. My only hope is that more people can start to think like Ellen and start to take small actions to make big change. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." I want anyone who's watching this video today to think about that. Thanks for watching, everyone. Go explore the universe.